Welcome to Cat the Minion YouTube channel. My name is Theresa, but you can call me Cat. I'm doing a week overview, which is actually 8 days apparently, of the December 15th to 22nd. And for reasons unbeknownst to me, I'm not guided to include the new moon on the 14th. So the reason that I'm looking at this is because when I was doing my astrology YouTubes, my hair gets too tight. I noticed when I was looking at my little notes about where the planets are, right there, on the 15th, the 15th is Venus's last day in Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio is sitting in the sexual organs. It's the pelvic bowl. It's that sacral chakra. So it's not just about sexy times. It's also about like this deep, like internal waters of creativity and sort of psychic impressions, but it's more of what uplinks you to like primordial chaos in terms of what psychic messages comes through, right? The scorpionic psychic energy connects to primordial chaos, which is where creativity comes from, but it's also this idea of confidence and like, who am I? And then moon psychic energy is sort of like dreams and fears and the things that are secreted. And then the Neptunian psychic energy is all about the subconscious and the astral plane. Stuff that's in like that's stored in your external hard drive, basically. So Venus in Scorpio on the 15th, and I noticed that on the 15th, the moon is going to be in Sagittarius. And just misses Venus by one day. Venus is into Sagittarius on the 16th, which is on Friday. And what else was going on? I'm just trying to remember what I was talking about because I did those like a week and a half ago. But there was a very direct energy of starting around the 15th. There was going to be Mercury in Sagittarius during that time period until the 20th. So the thing that I was getting was that between the scorpionic energy and then that shooting fire Sagittarius energy, like, ooh, my loins are heating up and now I need to like go express that somewhere, was in combination with this sort of romantic energy coming in right around Christmas. Okay, Mercury in Capricorn on the 21st, starting on the solstice. Where? The moon in Capricorn on the 16th and 17th. The sun in Capricorn starting on the 22nd. Mars in Aries, which is also pretty spicy. Direct at this point, too. Right? It's like Mars had come out of being retrograde. Is very much that sacral energy, scorpionic death, resurrection energy of I'm coming out of my feelings, and there's been some hell to pay, and is sort of it's like a rebound relationship, but just like for your physical body being tired from being depressed, like, oh, I need a rebound, I need to hop on something a little bit, but more like sexually frustrated. But that's sort of coming in across the board. But there was this sort of romantic undertone coming in, and now I don't know why. I mean, it's like I don't really know why Capricorn would be bringing sensual energy. I mean, unless you think of it of the goat as being horny and the fish as being like moist, right? Because I do tend to think of, well, I guess Neptune would be like the watery deep more than scorpionic energy would be, but that's sort of neither here nor there. But oh, I see why, because Pluto is in Capricorn, the ruling sign of Scorpio. So there's this idea of not only are we coming out of the deep, but we're coming out of, again, this, well, I don't want to say again, but I had mentioned the Marianas Trench. It's like, we're not just in the watery deep, we're all the way into the bottom of the ocean, down in the bedrock. And this, like, little goatfish comes, like, swimming up out of a thermonuclear vent. Ready to rock and roll. But I was in this point where I was talking about in some of the horoscope readings that there is this sort of Cupid's arrow happening, like, during this week of the 15th to the 22nd. And a lot of that was coming off of Venus going from Scorpio into Sagittarius, and then Mercury, Sagittarius, communication, like hot, fast communication, the kind of precisely Eight of Wands energy. But again, Venus also kind of toasty. Is there... Interesting. Okay. Where am I at? Oh, okay, here we go. Interesting. Okay. Alright. So I want to actually get into this. I wish I almost wish I had done this, like, more fresh off of those other readings. Not that I had the energy to, but it's just to be able to describe where I was getting this sort of sexy, sensual, romantic vibes coming through. But let's look at the cards, because maybe that'll help instead of me just not remembering what the hell's going on. So I'm using the Morgan Greer. I think it's a bit focused about here. Morgan Greer Tarot, the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, and the trusty Uno deck. Really old. Okay. So we're starting on the 15th. We're starting on a Tuesday, because why not? And because there's 2 Tuesdays, I had to make a spare Mars chip over here. So we have Aries energy, the masculine, the Emperor. We have number 15, which is, you would think would be devil energy. Not surprising with, a large majority of the party in the Capricorn room. We have the devil energy breaking down to... I just heard anticipation. Because we know we're heading into Sun Capricorn. Breaking down to 6, which is the Lovers. Also indicative that we might be getting a little bit steamy. Alright, so Mars energy. All right, so this is actually coming in inverted. I just turned it over weird. So we're starting right off with Capricornian energy. All right, so I reassigned the Four of Pentacles to be Neptune instead of the Sun in Capricorn. And also I said anticipation, right? We're in the subconscious. Subconsciously still thinking about Capricorn. But this Neptune energy is saying, like, I've released this unknown block from deep within myself of why I keep trying to hold on to stuff that I don't need and can't seem to grasp what I need. Right? It's that when to hold, when to fold energy. Now, traditionally, because this is a sun card and it's inverted, it would be a moon card, which would be very similar to that Neptunian energy, right? What am I afraid of that I need to hoard stuff, or that I have a sabotage block where I prevent myself from what I need? Again, part of the subconscious. So the Uno cards, I got a double here, and I kept it. So you have the King of Cups and the Nine of Wands in reverse, right? I'm ready to go after what my heart's desire is, and I'm no longer waiting around to be able to get over myself to do that. Very much yellow, very much yellow. This core energy of again, like locked in the core, like it's coming out of the Earth's core, those thermal vents. So King of Cups is giving Libra and Scorpio, so there's that scorpionic energy I was talking about. Libra is ruled by Venus, so that follows Venus's last day in Scorpio. Trying to bring some balance. Now, a king can be a 14, so that's already like I'm trying to balance my emotions by just walking away from this gatepost of my own self. And the 9, the moon in Sagittarius. So there's that Sagittarian energy that we're coming into. And let me see, on the 15th is the... Yeah, the 15th, the moon is in Sagittarius anyway, but it's coming in inverted, which tells me sun energy, which is sort of like we're flipping back and forth here, trying to, balance my masculine and feminine energy and, bring this core fire, but also stay in my heart center as well. So when I move forward, I know that I'm doing it with not dedication, but like authority. And we have the hero inverted. I can be a hero, baby. That's Enrique Iglesias. So this is the 12 of Wands. This is the Hanged Man. Well, it's a knight, but when the knight's inverted, it tells me the Hanged Man. The Knight of Wands energy is Scorpio and Sagittarius, which makes sense, but it's coming in inverted. Why? Because we're in this Neptunian energy of releasing the subconscious. So what am I sitting on to make sure it doesn't hop out of the carpet? My core being, where I become my own hero. And it's also this sort of like wanting to go rescue a damsel in distress kind of energy as well. So it's like there's an internal thing going on, and then this external thing of masculine energy wanting to go out and get the heart's desire. What's the heart's desire for a masculine? To be in balance with the feminine. So that's sort of initiating this sparks flying kind of energy. All right, so let's look at... It's weirding me out to start on a Tuesday. So we're looking at Wednesday. So we have ruled by Mercury. So we have Mercury ruling Virgo and Mercury ruling Gemini. So it could be air or earth, or both. Let's put this back here for a second. Oh, my ear just did something weird. my right ear cleared, but I'm hearing the ringing in the left ear. So the 16th, this could be a tower moment, but it could also break down and be the chariot, which would be that movement forward. It could also be trying to do a 7 of Pentacles or a 7 of Swords. Having to do with kind of like waiting out a lie until it can no longer sustain its own weight. Strength inverted. So there's half the tower right there. Now what's interesting is I just did a 12-12 card of the day and got information about portal between 12-12 and 12-21. But the strength card was upright. But we see, again, an inverted card with background energy of the sun with a lot of yellow on it. Right. Now, a lot of the time when this is inverted, it could be thought of as weakness, but I just heard, like, I heard more of like, I don't want to do it. This is like Ryan Gosling doesn't want to eat his cereal when it's inverted. Seven of Wands. It's interesting. It's like 8-7. It's like a countdown, but the vibration is out of balance. So 7 of Wands is typically Mars energy, but I've reassigned it Pluto in Leo. Right? I've already talked about Scorpionic energy. We already talked about Moon, Sun energy and that solar center. All right, so we have Leo energy here, inverted, giving this sort of moon energy of I'm sitting on it. What are you sitting on? Well, I'm keeping it to myself. Right? I'm defending the release of my core. Right? This is, oh, get ready to send that message. It's like, oh shit, I don't want to. What if my message doesn't taste good? And then we also have a 7 of water. So what's interesting is that we see water and fire trying to be balanced. I have 7 and 7. We're trying to get to temperance. We're trying to get to that. Now, it's interesting is that temperance is Sagittarian energy. And we see that on the 16th, Venus moves into Sagittarian energy, and Mercury is already there. It's like, just talk to her. She's already in the room, bruh. 7 of Cups is traditionally, like, my mind is full of fuck. It's, people say it's options, but I always see it as sort of distractions. You know, like, oh, I can't go and bring this message. I'm busy with this shit that I don't really need to, but I'm distracting myself emotionally. Right, it's I'm not gonna keep in touch, you can keep in touch. It's like, you want to talk to me, come up here and get me kind of energy. It's a little bit of resistance, but we see that there's this going to be this sort of tower, right? We get this kind of refusal, like dragging your feet leads to an internal tower where you have a sort of breakdown and realize that being guarded is not getting you anywhere. It's sort of dividing you. That's why the balance is split between the two 7s. Apparently that rings true because I can hear the phone going downstairs. 17th, Sagittarian energy. Now on the 17th, who we got here? Saturn is moving in, no, the 17th is the last day of Saturn in Capricorn. And Jupiter in Capricorn for a couple more days. Is there anything else on the 17th? 17th is also the second day of the moon in Capricorn. Okay, Sun in Sagittarius. Oh, okay. So on top of the other Sagittarian energy, Sun is also in Sagittarius, like all the way up until the 22nd. I feel like there's something else that I'm missing, but I guess that's it. Okay. I mean, there's just automatically a lot of Capricornian energy. I also see this as this coming in as the wheel. Notice that we had this strength 8 here. We have 17, which is the energy of the star, right? Because those two planets, last day, about to move into 17, the Aquarius, the star, breaking down to 8, which is saying, like, we're about to be on a new horizon. Like, it's going to open up your consciousness in terms of how you communicate with the world, right? It's sort of like the tower happening, and this is like the last click of the wheel before you get kicked out of the nest, basically. The training wheels are going to be off as you turn into this new cycle. You're not, once you get kicked off the nest, you're not going to be able to hold on to all that shit or like bury yourself under the rug. And of course we have the Fool here, more Aquarian energy. Now, Uranus is going to be retrograde in Taurus until January 14th. So what's interesting is that there's some Uranus Aquarian energy popping up, and it's doing this while it's sort of like being dragged backwards, like by the seat of your pants. I love the Morgan Greer deck, but I can't deal with this bindle because it looks like a ball sack. And it's orange too, which is, to me, indicating more of that sacral energy. And it's very yellow as well in the background. Nine of Cups inverted. That's kind of an artificial Nine of Swords energy. But it's like all my hopes and dreams slipping away from me. But your hopes and dreams are stuff that you were just sort of sitting on, that you were distracting yourself with. You weren't all the way in your core energy. It's what you thought were your hopes and dreams. And when you get kicked out of that nest and get into free fall, you're like, oh, I don't, that stuff would have weighed me down. Nine of Cups. Oh, of course, it's Jupiter and Pisces. So Neptunian energy again, inverted. It's like releasing from the subconscious. Intuition, 22. So again, we're like looking forward to when Capricorn, the sun is in Capricorn on the 22nd. It's sort of like I'm shooting myself out like an arrow, Sagittarius, towards this sun in Capricorn energy so I can stick the landing. Right? That Neptunian energy is kicking up the intuition. Notice 22 in the normal tarot would be 11 times 2. But it's the idea of the High Priestess at a cosmic consciousness, universal timing point. Right? There's this network being built. Okay, so we're looking at, okay, so this was Thursday. So we're on Friday the 18th. So we have moon energy breaking down to a 9, which could be the Hermit. Right, I have to go within to dig up whatever is still getting my feet cold. So we have this Venus energy, which could be air or earth. Right, because we have Virgo and, no, not for Taurus and Libra. Jesus Christ. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Hierophant pop out, but we'll see. Bonder date. Okay, so Friday, the 18th. King of Cups inverted now. He was upright over here. He was upright over here on Martian Day. It's sort of like men are from Mars, women are from Venus. As soon as he hits that Venus energy from a Friday, he's like, I don't know, this feels like upside down world here. He's like overwhelmed by his emotions. I'm just saying him because it's a masculine energy on the card. And I was going to say over here that this is a 14 breaking down to 5. 9 and 5 is 14 again. Like a balancing. So we have 8. 8 and the 5 is 13. So we have 8 of Cups. Right? He's a little bit overwhelmed trying to walk away from the emotional stuff that doesn't serve anymore. This right here, the 7 of Cups. Like all the bells and whistles to keep you from really sitting deep in your emotional pocket. You know, it's like, I don't want to step in between the tires. There might be mud in there. The floor is lava. And then we have the Queen of Earth. So I have 8 and 5 breaking down to 13. And then I have another 13 here, the Queen of Pentacles. Right? A lower vibration of the Empress. Here with a bull, because she's represented also by Taurus. Right? Queen of Pentacles energy. What's she got? Sagittarius and Capricorn. So she's like, we're going through this emotional transformation where you're being forced to face what you need to let go of. Notice we go from a 4 energy to an 8 energy. Things are ramping up, and we go back to this idea of trying to flip the strength. I gain emotional strength. I gain strength in my core when I face my challenging emotional content. And we see that happening on the day of the moon, which makes sense because that's one of the things that moon energy does. And where is the moon on the 18th? But in Aquarius. So we're going deep into things that are affected by the collective consciousness. Right? What do you need to let go of all this stuff that society tells you to? Get deep in your emotions, balance and nurture yourself. And it's happening like within the body too, right? I need to release these tensions from my body in order to have this rebirth, transformation, 13th scorpionic energy as well because of the death cycle. But again, it's also rebirth, right? I'm reinvigorating my emotional fortitude. All right, so we're on to Saturday, the 19th, Saturn energy. So the 19th, Saturn is joined in Aquarius by Jupiter. And hang out with his buddies. Still carrying the Capricorn energy. And a shadow of being in Capricorn. 2 of Wands. Yeah, 2 of Mars in Aries energy. Interesting. This is sort of like Jack in the Beanstalk. This is the guy that bought the cow, and he's giving him a crystal ball instead of magic beans. What's he doing? He's going to have an ascension. He's going to level up. He's going to climb that shit all the way to the next level. 4 of Cups. Moon energy. It was sort of apathetic. He's like, dude, I don't know. I don't know about these magic beans here. But this is also sort of like a naivety. Oh, you know what this looks like? This hand here that's just given him the crystal ball is a lot like the divine hand that comes down in a normal 4 of Cups. I wonder if it's in here. Let me see if it's in here. So it might have come out in the reading. I hope not. Yeah. Okay. So this is what the Four of Cups looks like in the Morgan Greer. It's a dude, he's getting a divine hand from off screen handing him a magical receptacle, right? There's like a sphere. This is sort of same, like essentially the same as a cup, right? It's bowl shaped, convex lens. And I see this orange hand here. Again, this idea of sacral energy coming up from the depths of inside you. Now, we're not looking at the energies on this card. I'm just showing it because it's the similar idea of a youth being handed something and he's like, dude, what? But the energy we need is not, like, we don't want this. For some reason, we want this energy in this card, even though we have a separate card to say, yeah, that's what's going on. We want this concept with Mars and Aries energy. And I think why it's there is because it's like, take a second look at this cup that you were refusing, and I'm going to show you that there's something in your future involved in it. And instead of going off and being like, oh, screw you, I'm not going to take it, like, enter a discourse with me. Let's have some diplomacy. It's sort of like the universe is trying to negotiate and reason with you. I noticed that we have this idea of forward too, but here we're sort of dividing, right? It's like, let me break it down for you. And now we have the King of Earth. Okay, so this is like a low vibration of the Emperor. And this would be an even lower vibration of the Emperor, especially with Mars Aries energy. But what's interesting is we're getting the version of the Emperor in the Earth when we're coming in with Capricorn energy. The King of Earth, King of Pentacles, Aries and Taurus. Right? It's like we're going to be in the earth element that brings us the same kind of energy. But notice that he's got some Taurus energy too, which kicks him back into, gives him a little bit of Venus energy, right? His emotions are coming balanced, and I see this blue here, and I was trying to think, like on his gloves, and I was trying to think, oh, maybe it's the throat chakra. But here the blue energy is giving me more water energy. I gotta water my plants. It's like I'm gonna manifest in the masculine energy. A 19 is the sun energy, which is also masculine, breaking down to 10, which is completion, right? I'm completing my emotional issues, which brings it back down to Sagittarius energy, which is a fellow fire elemental. Alright, so I'm going to make another segment because I need to stop and go pee before I read the last 3 days. Alright, so we're looking at Sunday the 20th. So 20 is Judgment, which is karma, fire energy, which is plutonic, which is again scorpionic. Karma. So it splits off. I mean, you have the 2, right? The High Priestess, but it also can have the 0 from the Fool. It's sort of like engage navigation. You're about to go on to the next chapter. So we have 2 of Pentacles inverted. Jupiter in Capricorn, right? Because it just moved into Aquarius, and I just mentioned the Fool again as well. We're not in Kansas anymore. And it's like decisions that were delayed choices of what to hold and what to let go of. I'm no longer hemming and hawing. The decision is made. The machine is set in motion. And notice we have a 4 here, breaking it down to 2 here. Again, this idea of movement about to happen. I guess at 2 breaking down to 2. And then we have it double up to 4 pentacles. Right? I'm learning what to do. I'm breaking it down. Here, I think this is the sun. Here, I think it was Neptune. Now I get the sun in Capricorn. And I'm saying, like, just got 2 days left. The car is leaving the driveway. It's like, if you better have what you need. 8 of Swords inverted, right? I want to break free. Let's get the fuck out of here. This is this upright. It's a little bit of a different energy because it's got 2 swords showing instead of 1, but it's like, if I'm holding the truth and I'm holding this other bullshit that's holding me down, it's injuring me. I'm gonna let that one fall right out of my hand, right? I don't need that crap anymore. I'm gonna stop psyching myself out. 2, 4, 8, I'm having exponential ramping up, right? It's like, gentlemen, start your engines, if I hadn't said that already. So we get Monday the 21st. This is the energy of the world. Now the world is Saturn energy, right? We're about to open this portal into Sun Capricorn, right? The energy in the world is shifting. But it breaks down to 3, which is the Empress. We're having it with the moon on the Monday, which is an interesting combination. 3. Just seeing if there's something that's got a 3 with a moon in it. Probably the 6 of Pentacles, the moon in Taurus. Alright, so here is the 2 of Swords, right? We had 8 swords inverted. It goes 2, 4, 8, and then we're back. We reduce the 8 swords to a 2, and we have the moon energy here. The moon in Libra. So moon in Empress, the moon in Libra. I was thinking the moon in Taurus, which is also the Venus energy, but this is essentially the other card that could be related to the Empress and the moon. Low vibration of the High Priestess. I'm beginning to, like, I'm getting better at seeing things from this other viewpoint where it's not just everything that's keeping me pinned down. I can fight my way out of this cage blindfolded now. Mental gymnastics. And we have the King of Pentacles again. And the 10 of Wands inverted. Okay. 10 of Wands inverted. Saturn and Sagittarius. Right? We're moving out of Sagittarius into Capricorn. What's interesting is that this card shows aligned chakras. Here it's more like the wheel than it is a burden. But again, coming in on the 21st, it's like the wheel is turning. We're completing this cycle. We're expanding our perception and working on, like, overcoming the burden of having our chakras aligned in order to keep on this shift into greater manifestation. Again, the energy here, Aries and Taurus. All right. So let's see what the 22nd is. So we have another Martian day. We have 22, which is at twice 11, which I believe popped up in Intuition. There she is. Yeah. 2. Oh, okay. So I have the the 7 of Wands inverted. So this, I'm going to sit on it and not move, right? I'm going to, you can't come into my tree house, and you're not going to take my garbage out of my tree house. This is, I'm letting down my guard, right? I'm overcoming this emotional blockage that happened on the 16th. Now notice that 16 and 6 is 22. The difference between the Tower and a level up to the Lovers is the healing. But it also is the idea of I'm balancing my energies, but I'm also joining up with the feminine energy. I see a 7 that I don't really want turning over. I saw a 2 and a 5 here, right? Because the King can break down to 5. I saw the S7, a Chariot. And here again, I see this idea as like a lower vibrational version of the Chariot. But again, the Lovers is healing. It's balance. It's like a balance of the masculine and feminine, the light and the dark, the sun and the moon. And then it also is a choice as well. Because I was thinking 22 is 11 times the 2 of Wands here. Or the 2 of Pentacles here, where the decision was being made. So I have the 10 of Pentacles, and it is inverted. So I have 17 inverted. It's like the star seems out of alignment, but it's because now that the sun is in Capricorn, Saturn is in Aquarius, and Aquarius energy is in a retrograde phase because of Uranus retrograding in Taurus. So 10 of Pentacles, Mercury in Virgo. And that's Mercury and Venus. On the 22nd, Mercury has moved into Capricorn. Because it moved on the 21st. And on the 22nd, Venus is in Sagittarius. No, wait, no, that's wrong. I'm not looking at Venus. Mercury in Virgo is Mercury twice. Mercury twice. So Capricorn energy. Why is that inverted though? Probably because that 10 is inverted. This 10 is inverted as well. Let's see what this other card is. The 4 of Cups inverted. I actually want to see this because it means I'm no longer apathetic. But it's also like I might have been crap at stuff in the past, but, you know, I'm still a worthwhile being. Right? I have battle scars, but if I learn to have diplomatic abilities and learn what people are saying before I react, you know, my scars indicate that I've learned something. So we have the Moon card inverted, which is getting that Sunny D there. Maturity. Okay, that's why the Virgo energy is inverted, because I'm maturing in what I want in my manifestation. Right? That which made me happy here wasn't really making me happy. And we notice that we're going back, we're responding to the cards on the Mercurial day. Right? So we have Mercury, air energy here, and then it comes back with this Mercurial Virgo energy here, with this 10 inverted, saying, when I was emotionally immature and not listening and not opening up, I wanted to be distracted by all the bright, shiny objects. That isn't my contentment now when I move forward in the real world. And then we again have this Martian energy going back to this stuff over here with the Four of Cups of just sort of resistance. Like these beans, these distracting beans over here aren't... Let me get the Seven of Cups out of this, the Morgan Greer, because it's going to make more sense. Come on, man. Where's my shit? There it is. Oh, it's the popcorn card. It's a light and fluffy snack. You'll regret it later, though. This Seven of Cups is all the shit that I'm distracting myself with. Right? This is like dust bunnies under the rug, and this is all the stuff that I'm sitting on that I don't want to let go of because, you know, if I start to have feelings when I'm over here, then I just look at this stuff. If I start to have feelings over here, then I just distract myself with this other crap over here. This is like I'm emotionally maturing. None of this makes me happy anymore. And that's why it's coming back around to having these inversions, because as soon as the sun hits Capricorn, this older reference of the sun in Capricorn is, oh, I'm letting go of all that crap because it's like, because I'm worth it, you know, and it enables me to interact with other things on a more fulfilling level. Okay, so initially I thought I was going to be talking about like sexy times in romance, but the way that this is playing out, it's sort of like the deeper meaning behind why people have been frustrated, not able to get into that, by sort of cock blocking yourself, mentally, emotionally, makes it hard to have that truce kind of energy with somebody else where you can have an exchange of some sort and come in as the one true pair. This is manifestation. This isn't, you know, cups and cups. I'm just thinking about you, fire and fire, like I'm horny for you. Or the air and air, I'm thinking about you all the time. This is like, do the damn thing. All right. So that's where that's coming from. And again, there's this undertone of heat. And you know, moist and delicious cake. All right, so this is kind of in focus, probably-ish. What are you doing here? No, I guess I'm either blind or it's better than I think it is. Okay. If you want to get a personal reading, you can hit me up. The cat came back at camp@gmail.com. The complete list of readings I have and how much they cost is in the description box of my infomercial, which is going to be linked below here. YouTube has been sending my pinned comments into the land of the left socks, and I pin them and then they disappear, so the information is only going to be probably in the description box under this video right now, but the link to the infomercial description box with the list of all the readings and everything below here, or you can just email me. The links to everything else is going to be in my link tree. That's linktr.ee/cattheminion. I have prints and merch and actual art items, Cafe Press, DeviantArt, Etsy, coloring books, poetry book, I got a coupon code here on Etsy. It'll pop into the top of the screen if you go through the link tree. I just added a few more things to my prints on DeviantArt. So now all of my Cafe Press designs have their matching prints on DeviantArt, and then on Etsy I have the matching plushies for Sleipnir as well, which is sort of seasonal at this point. If you want to help keep this channel running, donate, energy exchange, you can hit that tip jar, paypal.me/cattheminion. I also have Cash App and Venmo. Again, all these contacts are on the link tree. It's also my birthday this month, so if you feel like chipping in a couple bucks so I can get something besides bills, that would be awesome. Yeah, all right. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. Check out my playlists tab, my discussion tab, and stay groovy, and we'll see you later. Bye.